Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we're gonna be talking about Chopper from One Piece and how do I think his fruit, his Akuma no Mi works basically. So as you can see during this video, I don't wanna go for the cute little Chopper design. I love the intermediate design. They started first with him with a more like a bigger design, and then lately they moved him more like a cute toy design, so they can actually sell more merch and everything. I totally understand it because it's the cute animal character, but here for today what I wanna go for is the monster point from Enies Lobby. I think the design of mini Chopper and all the evolutions and the transformation that he has up to Enies Lobby, I love it. So how this is a very big character, and in the story they show it always like being the smoke around and everything because he's really big. I'm gonna try to avoid make legs and try to make him just like this, like a monster basically. So it's gonna be trousers. So I think Chopper has been taken out of the main story more and more, and the story has been focusing in Luffy and in Zoro, and I'm totally okay with that. But I want to talk about the fruit in particular. So here in Enies Lobby we see this monster point for the first time. They don't even realize that this is Chopper. So Nami is fighting Khalifa, the CP9 girl, and she's kind of when Chopper appears in this form, she is kind of oh, this is Chopper. She realizes because the hat basically, obviously because it's a reindeer and everything, but the manga or the anime, they show her looking at the hat, and I think the only time that we see this as a monster with similar features and similar numbness of the character is in Impel Down. I think for the overuse of the Rumble Ball that Chopper creates, what he awakens here is he awakens the fruit, but in a bad way. I think there are two ways to awaken the fruit. One is this looking for a Zoan type of fruit. You have this looking character that is like crazy, numb, silly, and not understanding anything. And this is as well the same that we have in Impel Down with the jail, the guards there. We have the koala, the zebra, and rhinoceros, and after that in a mini story there's a chihuahua as well. So those guys I think as well are, well, I don't think that's confirmed actually by Oda. They say that is, one second here. That is the form awakened, but improper, I would say. I think that's when the fruit takes control over you. You didn't master the fruit, so the fruit takes control over you. And then we have Luffy, Ruchi, etc. They have the awakened form of Zoans, properly done. Let's do this. I think at some point soon in the story we can see funny things like Luffy taking the Rumble Ball at some point when he can't fight, and we see this crazy transformation, not having control of Luffy. That could be really interesting. I always thought, since I saw the Rumble Ball first, even before thinking about Nika and all these things, I thought, Luffy, as silly as he is, at some point he's gonna have to eat this just to try to see what's gonna happen with him. And I think that's gonna happen 100%. And the other way around as well, I think we want to see, or we need to see, a little bit of Chopper fighting for real. He's been in many fights at the beginning, and I enjoyed them so much. But lately they are focusing him only being a cute character and walking around and trying to do the doctor part of things when a fighting scene is happening. And I totally understand it and I like it, but I think they are overdoing this part of Chopper, and I would like to see more the old Chopper fighting and transforming. Oda is using a lot of this kung fu transformation. That is nice, but for a little bit. I want to see more like before he has the human form and he's fighting in Thriller Bark, the jumping form, the brain form, to think about the weakness of the enemy. And I think that's a very beautiful development for a character. And if you see the spreadsheets of the character design for Chopper, it is amazing because it has little drawings of him and little details of what is every single one of those transformations doing, like mini chart of attacks, and it is so nice. I'm missing that a little bit in Chopper, to be honest. Let's do this kind of smoke because he's coming from the outside of the NES lobby tower, and I'm not gonna make a full drawing of Kumadori, but we're gonna make him here a little bit. Like in that scene when Frankie finds him, he already destroyed Kumadori. That's amazing. That's amazing how this elite assassin Kumadori from CP9 is basically with one hit decimated by Chopper. I want to see a little bit more of that. I want to see a little bit of monster point, monster power. The monster point that we have been seeing after the time skip, it is like a comedy, funny thing. They made him more childish with this, and yeah, I think it lost a little bit the soul of this transformation for me, because this was the way of Chopper getting out of control. Let's do the teeth, because obviously he broke a couple of teeth fighting with Chopper here, and then we have this, and the eyes are wide like him, like Lost. He's destroyed here. Okay, and we'll do as well the suit a little bit like this. But anyway, I'm gonna cover these, like I'm gonna do like this kind of dust clouds around. Like this. Regarding Chopper and the fruit, there's a lot of a lot of theory, a lot of talk, because I understand this kind of merch and toys and wanting to do things and etc. Yeah, but it will be good if we see him serious, fighting serious. Let's do this collar neck here. And this is looking really good. This is looking really good, yeah. Most of the drawing will be darkened later with this, like this, because it's transformed. So okay, let's move to 0.2 liner. Okay, Chopper, it's a character that has a very difficult dream to achieve, that he wants to be the panacea of the world. He wants to heal all the illness of the world and everything. Probably because we have seen Luffy's kind of backlash with the fruit since the very beginning, since Gia second, Chopper may need to focus in things like this soon, but I think now with the current episodes through the flashback in Egghead and as well the law problem, I think this kind of sickness referring to the white lead, the emerald sickness and all these things that they are showing now, I think are connected to the Gorosei. And Goroseis are monsters, are demons as well. And I think what we're gonna see with Chopper is that he needs to deal with those problems. So those sickness that comes from the Gorosei demons, from those transformations, is the ones that he's gonna have to kill. Probably Roger had one of these from one of the Gorosei. And maybe when we have the full God Valley flashback, maybe we see it there. Let's paint this a little bit like this. And I'm gonna explain to you why. So he develops this kind of need about learning medicine, being a doctor, wanting to do all these things, because his master and his friend, his father, in this case, Dr. Hiruluk. There's a very big and funny theory around that maybe Hiruluk was as well in God Valley. And in God Valley we have Saturn, and maybe we can even have more of the Gorosei around there that we don't know yet. If each one of the Gorosei has this kind of power of giving an illness to someone, a different illness, one being Lo's illness, one being Bonney's illness, another one being the one that Hiruluk had, another one being the one that Gold Roger had, and obviously we will miss one there because they are 5. But if all of them has this particularity, and they are the end goal of the story, so the end of the story is gonna be the Gorosei being defeated, Imu being defeated, and yeah, the good guys winning. Obviously, we want that. Everyone wants that, and for the way to achieve that, you need to contrarrest some of the problems, attacks, or super attacks that they may have. In this case, this illness. We know this because there is, after seeing Saturn's form, okay, that he's a Oni from the Japanese folklore, and this Oni, one of the characteristics, the spider bull Oni, is that when he looks at someone, it can give certain sickness, okay? And after some time, or after if it is 16 days or 16 months, something like this, the illness will develop. So if Hiruluk was in God Valley because he was a famous thief from the West Blue, and what a better price, what a better challenge for him to be that in God Valley to try to steal these 6 chests that contain 6 extremely powerful and extremely rare Akuma no Mi's fruits. So if we think about this, imagine if in this process of trying to steal the fruit, it's not him finding the fruit, it's the fruit finding him. So he finds the Hito Hito model human, that's the fruit that Chopper has, after being infected, let's say, with this sickness by Saturn or whoever of the Gorosei, whichever of the Gorosei is gonna be there. Let's say, let's not just close to Saturn, let's say one of the Gorosei there it gives him this this illness, okay? And then he's trying to find the sakura trees, blah blah blah, to heal, because when he looks at that, he feels better, blah blah blah. So all the story with Hiruluk that we already know from the flashback with Chopper, okay? So we have learned recently more with who is who, and with Nika, and with the fruit, the Gomu Gomu, that is Hito Hito model Sangat Nika, that the Akuma no Mis have their own will, and it is not that the people find them and eat them, etc. Is that probably the Akuma no Mi, the fruits, they find the person that best suits to that characteristic. Like Lo has this fruit being a doctor, and he can use it very effectively because he's a doctor. And other types, like Ruchi, is a assassin by nature. He's a really bad guy by nature, so he finds this animal zoan fruit that it's a carnivorous, like a really aggressive animal. So a lot of people say that the Nika's fruit, Shanks was trying to find Ace, to give it to Ace, to follow or fulfill the dream of the father of the son becoming the next pirate king, or the strongest, blah blah blah. What if Shanks was doing that, and then the fruit needed to find Luffy, wanted to find Luffy, because Luffy was a better fit. Luffy was what was actually needed. It was a dreamer, it was a fighter, it was a good person, and he had no darkness in him. Like we see that Ace has a lot of darkness because the hate that he has towards the father and everything, no? And the sense of being alone. This is looking very, very cool. What if this happens as well with Chopper and the fruit? And the fruit, Hito Hito, said, okay, I'm gonna live with this guy that is ill, because this power inside him, or this kind of fate, it's like Blackbeard, it's always talking about fate and destiny and all these things. It is pulling me towards an innocent character, Chopper being an animal, Chopper being a reindeer, that is being kind of bullied by everyone, by his family, by everyone. So the fruit was already tracking this animal Chopper. That would be so poetic and so interesting for him if this happens to be true. Because at the same time, having that Hiruluk had this sickness and everything, it could be a fruit that an innocent character that can develop interest in Doctor, because the master, so it's kind of in the destiny. So the fruit already knew that this animal Chopper was gonna be pure, is gonna be wanting to help his master, wanting to help his friends, and all these things. So the fruit actually found him. And here we will understand as well why Kaido Kaido ends up with his fruit as well in God Valley, etc, etc. Let's do the arms here. Yeah. Okay. Like this is looking very, very nice. So feel free to tell me in the comments, what do you think about this? What do you think about the wheel of the fruits, the kind of personality of the fruits, wanting to find their own owners, especially these animal fruits, these zoan fruits, and what do you think about Chopper being a chosen one because his background? Like, we have Law being a chosen one for that fruit. They were tracking a lot the fruit, and they end up finding it and giving it to Law. Let's do this 1 second, just to make sure that we can. Okay. Kumadori, and need to paint a little bit the eyes because he has the eyes painted, but at the same time we want to make him bloody because he's all defeated here, so we will paint a little bit extra darkness here. Okay. Basically, I just wanted to talk about today about the theory of Chopper having this fruit that it is awakened improperly. It is awakened like the Minotaurus and the Rhinoceros and everyone in Impel Down. And I wanted to mention as well that maybe I think it looks to me like in a moment of dire need or in a moment of jokes, probably Luffy is gonna try the Rumble Ball, and we're gonna see something funny and what's gonna happen with him. Maybe something very dangerous, and that will be really cool as well. Maybe when Luffy is almost out of power, that Chopper makes him eat this, and we have like a radical scene with Luffy and being a very, very dangerous and out of control Luffy. That's one of the points I wanted to touch today. And the other thing I wanted to touch today is about Luffy's goal, Chopper's goal, or Chopper's final dream in the story. That is basically this kind of dream of helping to cure or curing all the illnesses in the world. So just to recap a little bit, 1 second here. Just to recap a little bit, we will have this. We will have these scenes, I think, where Chopper is gonna realize. I think Chopper needs to realize that he has these abilities from the fruit, that he's a pure character, and because the fruit that he has is gonna give him abilities to treat other abilities. And the thing that is gonna happen with this is soon he will connect that Bonney's sickness is connected to Law sickness. This is connected to maybe Luffy is gonna fall ill as well because of the use of the power, to Luffy's sickness, to Hiruluk's sickness, and he will realize this about this late. He will be like at the end of the story like, oh wait a minute, I'm actually, my master, my father Hiruluk was ill because of this, and actually it has the same characteristics like this, actually these other sicknesses, and all of them come from the Gorosei, because this Oni, when they look at you, when they touch you, when they attack you or something like this, the person affected develops this kind of really weird and incurable illness. So if we think about this, then Chopper's storyline and ending, it will make a little bit of sense, because at the moment I don't know if it is gonna be only one illness that he's gonna be curing, or if it is gonna do something visual like Hiruluk did with the explosion and the cannons and the pink, and cure people in happiness. But being actually a doctor, I don't think it's about happiness, I think it's about real illness. So that's as well why they are showing you these kind of things. Until this flashback, I always thought that Chopper's goal was gonna be to heal Law. I always thought, I will talk about this in my Brook video, but there's a lot of information about this as well in my Trafalgar Law video. Please feel free to go and have a look, it's very interesting. I talk about Law using this immortal surgery, or depend of in the manga or in depend of the translation they call it one way, immortal surgery, that is the famous thing of the Opi Opi No Mi. Doflamingo wanted the Opi Opi No Mi in theory for this ability of being immortal. And what we see with this is Oda is showing an extremely powerful ability that the fruit has, and he hasn't used it. I think Law may be terribly damaged or gonna be dying or something like this, and he is gonna think, I'm gonna use this fruit. Everyone talks online about Law using this ability in Luffy because Luffy is gonna be ill like Roger. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think what he's gonna be using the ability with is with Brook. I think it's gonna be the eternal surgery, so Brook can be mortal again. And at the end of the story, whenever he had time to tell Luffy's story to everyone, going pub to pub and tavern to tavern, telling everyone the story, when he's satisfied with Laboon, when he's tired of everything, so then he can die happily because he already lived many lives. If you left Brook alive, that would be a little bit cruel in my opinion, but in another video with more time, I'll talk only about Brook and this connection with this specific thing with the fruit. So, if Law uses this ability in Brook, and Brook becomes no human again, he can be a skeleton, but he can die. If he does this, and at the same time, because using this, Law loses the ability of the power, the ability of the fruit, the ability of containing his own sickness, his own illness, and he starts becoming white again, having these patches of white like we see on his flashback when he's a kid. And we know, because his flashback, that that's an incurable illness. And then we have Chopper in a scene, and that's the sickness, the illness that Chopper needs to heal. I always thought about that, and I said, okay, it can be fit for the story, for the storytelling. It will be very interesting. It can be nice. It's 1 second. Find here in my colors the brown. So we have a couple of different tones of brown and black as well. And now what happens is that recently we have this where is the brown? Oh, here. And then recently we have this this character called Bonney in this flashback of Kuma, that she has this kind of blue emerald sickness that it ends up full of these textures, and because the sun is consumed, blah, 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 coincidentally because the sun, the enemy of these demons, the sun god Nika. So it totally fits. Like you wanna be with the good guys, that the good guys power themselves with the sun. I'm gonna give you a sickness that being with the sun or any type of light is gonna consume you and kill you. That's totally Gorosei final power, in my opinion. So, well, what I was saying, if we have this character called Bonney showing up, having this sickness now, the mother had this sickness as well, and she contracted this being with the Gorosei. We don't know who is the father. It may be even Saturn or any other of the Gorosei top commanders of the world. Or I don't think it's gonna be a random. Tenrobito, to be honest. I think it's gonna be one of these top guys. Then you have this, and we have Bonney. That Bonney is gonna go with the Straw Hats, most probably, for this next saga, Elbaf, or whatever saga we go next. That's gonna give Chopper time to realize, ooh, what's going on with Bonney? Ooh, is this actually healed? Oh, so they're kind of bringing together these characters that at the beginning they are bad guys, Law, Bonney, and they are bringing them closer to Luffy, but in this case for me I think it's closer to Chopper. It's closer to Chopper. So he's able to, by the end of the story, know about all these illnesses, meet the Gorosei at some point, awaken properly his power, and with the awakening of this Hito Hito human, Hito Hito model human, it's like a human fruit, model human. There's nothing random in One Piece, and if this happens like this, is because this fruit itself, like Lost Fruit, has something to do with helping humans to cure illnesses or to have some, how I would say, some, I don't know, components, bacteria, antibodies or something to heal, you know? Let's do a little bit of purple, because these trousers, these shorts are pinky purple, red, depends of the episode that you watch. They're one color or another, but I'm gonna go for this tone of, that's the color, we got it there. I'm gonna darken them anyway now in a second. So it will be really poetic, and we want to see Chopper crying. Chopper is a really sentimental, sensitive character, really innocent and cute at the same time, and we want to see this. This innocence in Chopper. It will be very beautiful if at the end of the story, when he's trying to heal Law, because Law, that is his friend, he's trying to save Brook, that is another one of his friends. And at the same time, we have this thought of him saying, oh no, my father was ill, and the illness that he had was incurable, and the illness was like this, like that, and it has these conditions, because Chopper actually went in a pursuit of a solution. He traveled across the island where they were living to find a cure, and he found this amyudake, this poisonous mushroom that made the soup and actually ended up killing him. But it didn't actually kill him because he was dying already, and he exploded himself at the end. But you know what I mean? If Chopper is saying, oh, this is the tool, the fruit and the abilities, and this is the tool I need to heal Hiruluk. But Hiruluk is dead already, and now I'm trying to heal Bonney with this. I'm trying to heal Law with this. I'm gonna heal as well Luffy with this. If Luffy, because someone of the crew, of the main crew, is gonna end up contracting this kind of illness from the Gorosei. If the Gorosei, it is true that they have this. Let's do a little bit here, like this. It's coming. If they happen to be true to have this power, because it fits to the story, it fits to Chopper. Because at the moment we don't have any character that is so ill like Roger that Chopper is gonna have to put all his effort in that. I like to see him as a doctor, yes, but I think I miss his fighter, like in this saga Enies Lobby. I miss in general the Enies Lobby saga because there were a lot of individual fights and a lot of power-ups for everyone. And we're having this now as well, slowly, a lot of power-ups. But, you know, I miss a general evolution of the characters that we see in a screen in a fight. I think probably soon we're gonna end up seeing this in Elbaf maybe. But yeah, just wanted to mention that quick. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this dust thing as well. Pinky, and Kumadori's hair is purple, pink as well. Paint a little bit like this to have some hints of power there. I'll paint this as well in pink to define the colors a little bit. Yeah, it's looking good. Just the makeup a little bit like that as well. Okay. Okay. And then I definitely want to do this a little bit as well. Like pinky. Connecting to Chopper's colors. And brown, because we have, this is actually all dust from the tower. It was a very big surprise when I saw Enies Lobby and Impel Down to see these jail guardians there, the Minotaurus and Rhinoceros, the Zebra, the Koala, the Chihuahua as well, to look exactly like Chopper, and I was like, oh my god, this is Chopper that made a drug, made a component here so powerful. Imagine that. And he did that already when he was in Drum Island. He did this powerful, crazy pill that it makes him awaken the fruit in a bad way, and it's uncontrollable. And he's able to revert this if he gets into water, etc., and everything. And I think it's really nice and really poetic that I always thought that Ruchi would awaken the fruit. Now in Egghead, when it showed, I said he's gonna awaken the fruit 100% sure, and he's gonna show it. He's gonna be like in Impel Down, or the guys in Impel Down, because how he's a bad character and he's not in connection with his fruit, he's gonna be showing it like bad, so we will not see the thing. But no, it ended happened that he was okay, and he did it correct, because that power is connected to the type of power is connected to the ambition of the character and the aggressivity of the character. So, but as soon as I saw the connection there, I was waiting for something else and to see what was gonna happen with these guys. Yeah, I totally think probably Joy Boy had this fruit and was able to bring people together with this is DavidViadel23 and DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandrago's Cave. I think we finished for today, but the last thing I want to say is probably Joy Boy, as we've seen a lot of Skypiea lore and god lore in Skypiea. Probably the Hito Hito No Mi model human was eaten by a snake before. That's why they refer to gods with this type of snakes in Skypiea, and was able, like Chopper, to help people independently of the race that they were. If they were long arms, if they were giants, if they were humans, if they were little people. So I think it was a mix of the sun god Nika character and wanting to join everyone, and at the same time this fruit. That's why 2 of the only 3 named, because the other one is Sengoku, Hito Hito No Mis are together. I think kind of they are bringing together because originally they were together as well. Well, I hope you like this theory and these ideas, the drawing as well. And as I said, this is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and I see you in the next video. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye.